I went to stand up and I kind of started to fall over. That's a good intro. Good morning everybody, happy Monday. So we kind of took a break this weekend just because of how I was feeling. We did film a little bit on Saturday, so I'll include those clips here. Good morning.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, good morning.
Hello.
Say hi again, do you?
You say hi.
Hi. Oh, really? You got boogers on your nose. Hi.
Booger baby. Huh?
How you feeling?
Yeah, okay. Tired.
Yeah, Ray's sick at the moment too, so
Yeah.
no good. Really not a fun house at the moment. Oh really? You need your hair brushed, little miss. I might try and do that, hey?
We're having some lunch here. April's got some, what is it, veggie soup and some toast. Cooper's just sitting with us. Starting to get used to the high chair. We're a couple of weeks away from starting him on solids, so that's going to be exciting. But Chris come around shortly, just to hang out for about an hour, come around for lunch, and then he's going out surfing or something like that, as you do when you don't have young kids. You want help? You want help? Help? Help, Daddy, please help me. Get my spoon. Yeah, April eat.
So basically after that we didn't film at all for the rest of the weekend just because I actually declined a lot Saturday afternoon after thinking that I was starting to feel better. Yeah, you happy about it, are you? Are you just so happy? Yeah. So yeah, I just sort of spent the rest of the weekend in bed pretty much, and then last night I just felt awful, very fluey and very just weak. I'm starting to just get really weak from all the coughing and just from being in pain, and being on pain medication too constantly is not doing my body any favors at the moment. This guy is just too cute. I'm trying to talk to you guys seriously, but he just keeps smiling at me. You just keep smiling at me, don't ya? Yeah. So yeah, I thought I actually am kind of feeling better, but I don't want to like think about it too much, because on Saturday I thought I was feeling better and then I crashed, so I don't want to push myself too much and I don't want to think about it too much. I'm just going to take each day as it comes. Plus I'm still on pretty heavy pain medication, so that's kind of part of the reason that I'm feeling a bit better. The day that I don't have to take like 50 pills in order to stop feeling pain will be the day that I can say, okay, I'm starting to feel better. But it is kind of an exciting day for me because I'm getting my iron transfusion, so yay! Today and probably tomorrow won't actually be very good because I know that you tend to not feel that great straight afterwards, but I'm excited for what it will do for my body in terms of hopefully getting better. My dad is actually coming around later today to look after Cooper while I go and get that done. But for this morning, he's nearly due for a sleep. He's been pretty good this morning actually. And right now, I'm actually letting him play with some toys, and for the first time he is actually kind of playing with them, which is exciting. Grabbing onto them, he's chewing them, he's shaking them around. He's kind of getting the concept now of what a toy is rather than just kind of staring at it. Okie dokie, so I've just finished editing finally and starting to upload the update video that I filmed last week for Cooper. So by the time you're watching this, that'll be up. So I will leave it in the iCards and in the description down below if you want to check that out. It is his 5-month update video. But for now, I'm just going to be taking it easy until 1 o'clock when my dad gets here. And then we'll be heading off to get my iron transfusion. So bring it on. I am home. Finally, that took so much longer than it was supposed to. I've really flushed cheeks because at the moment I've actually got a bit of a fever. That's part of the reason that it took so long, because they all needed to keep an eye on that before they could actually send me home. But honestly, I think I'm just wiped out because I'm still sick, and then just sitting there for that long. And some of the symptoms you can get from having an infusion is like having the flu, so I feel like that's a little bit of what I've got now. I think I'll talk about my experience of it all in tomorrow's vlog because I'm way too tired and way too not making sense right now, so I will just see you all tomorrow. I know the lighting's not good being behind me, but I cannot hold the camera right now. So I really just wanted to do a bit of a like iron infusion review for me and how the actual experience went. I'll obviously be updating you on how I'm feeling in the next couple of weeks because it does take a bit of time for it to actually settle into your body and do something. But for now, just the actual experience. I'm really sorry that you're kind of jiggling about right now. The actual iron infusion part was not that terrible. Like, it really wasn't. It was easy. It didn't hurt going in. It was like any IV really. It was iron infused with saline, so it was cold, really cold. I remember that feeling, but it didn't take long. It took like 15 minutes to actually go into your bloodstream, and then it was over. For me, it was more the before and after part, because they took a really long time to see me. Like, it was about 40 minutes before they actually got me in. And then when I was telling them how I was feeling the last couple of weeks with the bronchitis symptoms and the lungs and the being in emergency on Friday, they were very hesitant to actually even do the infusion and needed a doctor to come see me. I was very angry at this point. Oh my god, this could possibly not be happening because I'm sick. They couldn't have told me this earlier. I'm so annoyed right now. Because I actually asked the emergency doctor on Friday if I should even bother having the infusion or if they will turn me away, and he said it will not make a difference. So that's why I went in, otherwise I would have rescheduled it. I did also have a slightly elevated temperature as well, so they were a bit worried about that. Anyway, the doctor came in and talked to me, and they just made sure that I wasn't having any fevers or night sweats in the last 24 to 48 hours, which I hadn't. I have been having night sweats, but not in the last couple of days. I did actually have them last night, but anyway, so the doctor listened to my chest and that was all fine. And she basically just cleared me for having the infusion. And then it took the nurse a couple of tries to even get an IV into the vein because I have bad veins. Then she gave up and had to get the doctor to come in and do it. So by this time I'd already been pricked like 3 times. This took them 3 times to get it in. It's an hour after my appointment started. One thing that also caused me a lot of anxiety was when they couldn't find a vein in my arms. They started looking in my hands, but I freaked and I started actually hyperventilating. Tears welled up in my eyes, and I just said, can you please not go in my hand, because I have like a traumatic memory of this from when I was in labor recently, and them trying to get it in my hand and having bruises in both my hands and nerve damage in my hand because it took them so long. She completely understood. She was actually really nice about that. So that whole process from being admitted to having to see the doctor to having the IV put in my arm took another like 40 minutes. So by this time it was like half an hour past the time that I was actually even supposed to be admitted, so I should have been walking out those doors by now. I know hospitals are really busy and you can't always depend on hospitals in terms of timing, because obviously they have patients come in all the time, but I have young kids and I had my dad looking after my baby, and I was, you know, concerned about the timing of all of that. And I also wasn't feeling good because I hadn't had any pain relief since that morning, so the pain relief was obviously worn off. Anyway, so they got the eye infusion set up and it went through and it was all fine. And then I started feeling really cold, but I could feel my face was flushed. And I told the nurse this, and she checked my temperature, and it was actually higher than it was when I admitted. And I now had a fever. She actually got me some pain relief for both the rib cage and the fever. Waited about half an hour, and she checked my temperature again, and it was still a fever. It hadn't gone down at all. My dad was actually there to pick me up, so I went to stand up, and I kind of started to fall over. They got me to sit back down again. They tested my pulse rate and my blood pressure, which was a bit off, so they just wanted me to sit there for another half hour or so having some water. So I had to tell my dad to actually go home, and I would just call him whenever I was ready. After this whole process finished, I still had a fever by the time I was ready to go home, but they were happy to send me home because they knew my husband was here and they knew I was being picked up. The nurse walked me to the car and Dad brought me home, and I just, as you saw last night, I just collapsed. That's why I'm actually going to end this vlog here and film the rest of the week in a different vlog. My question of the day is, have you actually had an iron infusion before, and what was your experience? Or do you know of someone that's had an iron infusion before, and what was their experience? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Good morning, afternoon or night, whatever it is where you are. And I will see you guys all in the next vlog. Bye.